On the ice, as the Gulls name a new captain.
It's a good night to elect our captain.
A group of Gulls soak in the Halloween spirit.
And the Gulls get out to help both man and man's best friend.
That and plenty more on this edition of Gulls All Access.
For Carrick, wrap around,
and I'm Andy Zilch. Welcome to Gulls All Access. Since we last saw you, the Gulls celebrated their 5th home opener as an American Hockey League franchise.
That opening night actually began well before noon as the Gulls took a morning skate that included a surprise announcement.
Every single guy, value your spot in the lineup, all right? It's a precious spot in the lineup. I've heard so much about these home openers and about this building, all fired up for this game, okay? In saying that, we know it's a group, but in saying that, we feel that, you know what, it's a good night to elect our captain, and Sam Carrick is going to serve in that role this year. So well done, boys. All right. Enjoy it. Let's go have a good night here, okay? That's it here, boys. Here we go. Good job.
The team heard that he was named captain. What was the mood in the locker room, and what can you say about his impact since your time here?
I knew right from the start, as soon as I got here, he just picked up on that he was a leader, and he helps everyone out. He's a great guy, and on and off the ice, and on the ice he works really hard and gets everyone going, and that's easy to follow.
Puck's probably coming right to the wall here, so just don't.
What we kind of expected. I mean, he's our leader. He's the guy that we follow and we look up to in this room. He plays the right way and he plays hard, and you know, when he says stuff, you know, we get behind it and do what he says.
Hey Mo, remember, if it comes around like that, you got the green light. Yeah. You go.
I mean, personally, I kind of knew it was coming just because I know him as a person and what he means to us and our team. You know, I could go on for hours about the kid, and he just means so much. And you know, if you're looking for a prototypical leader to run a San Diego hockey team, you can look for no further than him. He's perfect.
I'm sure I'll get the shivers for sure, the goosebumps. I'm expecting that to happen, but I really won't know until I get out there what it's going to feel like. But you know, I've had home openers here before. The crowd's always rocking, so I'm so excited.
Well, we're ready to go here at the Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The Gulls and the Heat.
Opening night is the culmination of sitting around all summer long, waiting for tonight to happen.
You know, we're really excited about seeing what the new coaching staff is going to do. Got almost a completely new roster, which is going to be a lot of fun.
When we go to the puck, you guys are a better team. We'll be a much better team when you go hard to the puck. That's the game plan here tonight, okay?
Please welcome to the ice, Gulliver and the Gulls girls.
We're underway. Sam Carrick wins the face-off.
Up. The Gulls fell to the Heat on opening night, but Daniel Sprong provided some late excitement with a third period goal.
Sprong's away again. Here he comes on a breakaway, and this time he scores!
You know, it's a long season. We have a lot of time to figure things out here, but it needs to start now.
This week we caught up to the Gulls' new captain to talk about his role and learn his story.
Sam, I want to start by talking about the moment that you found out that you were the new captain of the San Diego Gulls. What was that moment like? What were the emotions going through your head?
Yeah, it was obviously a special moment. It's not really something that, you know, as a player that you really think about too much. You know, at least for myself, you know, obviously I try to be a leader, but, you know, for the right reasons. You know, you want to be a leader to help the young guys on the team and to help the team as a whole. And, you know, I've had some experience in pro hockey now, and, you know, I try to use that experience and help everyone out. So, you know, it's just a huge honor to be named captain. It's something that I definitely don't take lightly. It's good, you know, it's a lot of work, but at the same time we have a a great team here, a great group of guys, and a great leadership group that it's going to make things run smoothly.
Number 25, your team captain, Sam Carrick.
Let's talk about that first game at home that you were introduced as the captain. When you hear Captain Sam Carrick, what was it like taking the ice in front of all of your teammates and in front of all the fans?
Yeah, it definitely gave me goosebumps. Getting to skate out and hearing your name called, especially as the captain, being the last guy. That was just a really cool moment. I tried to soak it in as best I could. Just look around the crowd, see all the faces, and it's just such a cool feeling. Knowing everyone's cheering for you, and the crowd's been unbelievable for us, and I can't thank them enough for the ovation.
I want to take it back a little bit to when you were younger and you first started playing hockey. What were some of the first memories you have of playing hockey, or what really stood out to you when you were a youth hockey player?
Well, growing up just north of Toronto, I was always a big Leaf fan, so I loved watching Hockey Night in Canada, with my family. Every Saturday night watching the Leafs play, they always had, fun teams to watch, tough teams that could score. So that's kind of where my love of the game, all started. And then growing up, I got three brothers who, we'd have tons of road hockey games all the time, 2-on-2 matches. My grandparents had a pond too, so we would play pond hockey every winter. And that's where my love of the game kind of grew and grew. And I really never looked back from there. I think that's when I knew I wanted to, try to play professional hockey, and that's kind of been my life for the last 27 years.
You mentioned Toronto. You and Coach Aikens were together in Toronto. How did that kind of set up your time here with him and kind of your relationship with him here?
Yeah, that's where I started my professional career. That was my first training camp, was with Dallas Eakins, and he set the tone. I won't lie, it was an eye opener, coming into my first professional season, where I was a little narrow-minded, where I thought it would be a little easier, but I knew I had a lot of learning to do as soon as I was done with that training camp, and that's thanks to him. He instilled that in my mind early, that it's nothing's going to be handed to you in this game. That's one of the things that stands out with me with Dallas is he doesn't just talk it. He lives it, and I think that inspires a lot of his players.
And you've played a couple different places in your career. Why is San Diego so special to you?
The fans. I mean, I gotta give it to them. I've never played in a place in this league where the fans are just that passionate, that fun to be around, and they're just it's just so much fun to get out there in a home game and have them rallying behind us, and it just makes you want to win that much more. And then even on the road, we go to Bakersfield or another team that's hours away. We still have our fans there with us, so it's just so cool. It's something that we try to relate to the young guys, that that's not normal. Like that, you guys are like, we're all lucky to be here right now. So let's make the most of it. Let's try to give these fans what they want, which is to win.
Awesome. Well, Sam, thanks for the time. Congrats on being the new captain, and good luck this season.
All right, thanks, Emily.
Well, Andy, what do you think Sam brings to his new role as captain?
Well, as Sam stated, he leads by example, and he involves everybody in decisions. It's not just a one-man show. He's the kind of guy who goes on the ice, he proves it, he involves everyone in the decision, along with the coaching staff too. Obviously, it's dictated from the coaching staff on down. He's the kind of guy who's going to step forward first and bring everybody with him. And to go along with that, I think Sam's the type of guy that has become synonymous with San Diego hockey. When you think Gulls, you think Sam Carrick. He has led by example. He was the leading goal scorer last season, and he's the type of player who's going to pull everyone together and get them over an early, rough start.
Have any players risen in terms of responsibilities so far this season?
Well, you actually have the rookie Anton Morin, who was a healthy scratch at the beginning of the year in the first game. Now he's playing with Sam Carrick and Andrew Podorowski. And those three, all speedy players. You got the two wingers, of course, with Podorowski and Morin that are digging in hard, and Sam Carrick, that unbelievable vision, that finite hockey knowledge. He knows where to go in the right places in the right time. It's quite a line that they have for those three.
What other adjustments have been made behind the bench so far?
Well, you also have David Urquhart, who stepped up to run the power play for San Diego in the early part of the season. And as you look at the two other coaches for San Diego, of course you know them in the NHL. You got Kevin Dineen with a lot of NHL experience, Sylvain Lefebvre with a lot of NHL experience. But David Urquhart is an unsung hero on this coaching staff. He has quite an ability to look at individual players, understand what makes them tick, and help them out. He knows the ins and outs of the pro game, and he's certainly dictating that behind the Gulls bench.
Thanks, Andy. Coming up after the break, we went along as a couple of Gulls tried to soak in the Halloween spirit at the Scream Zone in Del Mar.
And later, players pose for their annual calendar that helps military veterans. That and more as Gulls All Access continues.
Gulls fans, check this out. Fox 5 San Diego will broadcast 10 games this season, including 5 from the road. The first broadcast is coming up from San Jose, Sunday, November 10th at 5 o'clock.
And in between those broadcasts, stay in touch with the Gulls at sandiegogulls.com and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Welcome back to Gulls All Access. The Anaheim Ducks are the parent club of the San Diego Gulls, and they have a rival right up the road in the Los Angeles Kings.
And that rivalry includes their top AHL affiliates, the Gulls and the Ontario Reign. These two played on back-to-back nights recently, and when you face a rival 2 nights in a row, things can get pretty intense.
Let's take a look at the Gulls-Reign rivalry.
We know how intense these games are, and you know, it almost feels like that playoff atmosphere every time you play these guys. So
they're always tight games and usually fast-paced, hard-nosed hockey, and it's I think it draws up well for our group.
Gastic turns around with a big right.
it's our biggest rival. You know, it stems all the way up to our parent club.
The likability is very low, so I think that runs through it. You see each other a lot. It's on off the ice. Organizationally, it runs through the whole package, and hey, that's kind of what we need right now.
A shorthanded chance. DeLeo shoots, scores! Chase DeLeo makes it 5-0. Carrick all the way down low to the goal line, centers it. Carrick scores. 2-1 San Diego. He'll carry it down low. They score! Chase DeLeo ties it up at 1. Sam Carrick in front. Gastic scores! Lays in with a right away to greet him with a few more. Drop, whip from left. And then a few more haymakers. Now another big one. Play it all the way up ice. One-timer. Jack Kopaka scores. Center shot. Scores! Justin Kluse.
The Gulls and Reign will play each other 10 more times during the course of the season series, so it should get a little bit more interesting.
Well, recently, a couple of the Gulls had the chance to get into the Halloween spirit. We followed them as they went out to look for some ghouls and goblins, and oh, did they find some.
Hey guys, Hunter Drew here.
I'm Scott Moldenhauer. We're about to go through the Scream Zone.
Stay tuned to see if we survive.
Please keep the following safety items in mind. Stay with your group at all times.
Dude, I don't like this.
If you chicken out, so sorry. No refunds. And good luck making it out alive.
Ribbons! Ribbons! Stop! Ribbons!
Oh, what?
Contact! Ribbons!
Wrong cart!
Mind if I take a bite?
No, I know. Okay. Oh! There's no safe zone. No. You get in the middle and just hope for the best. If that guy moves, I'm done. I'm dead, thanks. I can't even see that guy. I don't even want to. No! Still not the worst date I've been on.
That's Hunter.
We don't know him. I'm telling you, he's not here. Oh my God, man. She obviously know your name. I can't see. Oh my God. There he is.
Those hands will make you walk and carry on. The river Styx will follow you.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't stop.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating so bad. Why are we stopping? Why are we stopping? You stay there. No! Hey! I don't even know where to go. I can't even go. I can't even go.
Oh my God. I don't like clowns, man.
No, it's not. No. Wait, my ear. I can't breathe, so just give me a sec to recuperate.
The fact that they knew our names and they were saying our names.
No, I don't like that. The guy want to play? No, I don't want to play.
No.
I don't want to know. I'm not doing that.
That was insane, guys. That was crazy.
Okay, that's it. Oh my God.
Thanks to Hunter and Scott for playing along. Up next, as they always are, the Gulls are out in the community doing great things, from serving meals to posing with pets.
That's all on the way as Gulls All Access continues.
Growing up back in Michigan for Halloween, I used to just go out with my friends and go trick-or-treating. Probably the best part of that was going home and separating the candy.
Back in Kingston, Ontario, my favorite memory growing up from Halloween was probably going out with my friends.
Trying to get the full-size candy bars. I think that's the biggest thing as a kid. You know, you go to that one house in the rich neighborhood who has the full-size candy bars. That's pretty memorable.
Every year you remember which ones gave out the good candy and which ones didn't. You know which houses to go to. So it was a lot of fun.
Probably when I was younger with my dad and my uncles kind of going around on four-wheelers house to house. You know, I didn't really grow up in a neighborhood, but my cousins did, and kind of, you know, going house to house on four-wheelers was kind of cool and different.
I'm a big Reese's guy, so I would always separate those and eat those at night.
There's nothing better than that. I still wish to this day I could go, but obviously a little too old for that now, but that's definitely my favorite memory every year, just going out with my friends and having fun and scaring people and getting scared.
The San Diego Gulls continue to have some of the most creative fan giveaway items. On November 1st, fans will receive a Gulls camo hat as Military Appreciation Weekend kicks off.
Star Wars Night is November 16th when the team from the evil empire, the Ontario Reign, visits. And December 7th is Lucha Libre Wrestling Night. Check out that bobblehead. It's going to be a popular one, so get your tickets early at sandiegogulls.com/tickets. Welcome back. To be a San Diego Gull means giving back to the community.
And the Gulls' most recent effort included Man and Man's Best Friend.
Team members including Coach Janine headed out to celebrate Canada's Thanksgiving Day by serving meals at the Salvation Army's San Diego Citadel Court.
going out and serving others, and it's just been kind of a tradition over the years. And on this day, Canadian Thanksgiving, that we find somewhere where we can go and enjoy other people's company and have a chance to get involved in the community.
It's great when they have visitors, because many of these seniors just get together and spend time with each other, but other people that come in that can experience what they experience and eat a meal with them and fellowship with them, it's very important to them.
Atta boy, sit.
Sit. Sit. There it is.
Several Gulls also took part in the team's annual Pucks and Paws calendar shoot.
So they take these rescue dogs and they pair them with a veteran who has been through something. Maybe it's PTSD or something like that from overseas and active duty, and they pair the dogs up with them to have a companion. Because sometimes vets need that. They need someone or something there that can help them out with everyday things.
Go ahead and talk to. Yes, that was what I wanted.
I have 2 rescue dogs myself, and I've seen it firsthand from me and my wife how much a dog can change your life.
Smiles, that's good. Good boy.
The photographer does a great job shooting us and putting us in good positions and making the dogs, really the center of the piece, and the players are kind of just, off to the side. But the dogs are the most important thing, and getting the awareness out and making the dogs look good.
This is our baby girl. She's a little puppy. This is Penny, lab pit, likely. We got her at like 4.5, 5 months old.
Proceeds from the calendar benefit a local nonprofit named Shelter to Soldier. The charity adopts dogs and trains them to become psychiatric service dogs for post-9/11 veterans suffering from PTSD and other challenges.
There you go.
Oh, that was nice.
What these dogs do for people, it's kind of unexplainable. And it's hard to put into words what these dogs really mean to some of these veterans.
It looks like the guys and the dogs had a great time. The Pucks and Paws calendar will be available later this season. We'll keep you updated.
That's all the time we have here on Gulls All Access. For everyone involved, Emily Harlan, the cast and crew, my name's Andy Zilch. Thanks for watching Gulls All Access.